we can all understand of what we are going to discuss this afternoon. Yeah, so now that we all know that CVA is one of the most important topic in medicine. So even as we are going to start our discussion, I want all of you to pay attention so that you can understand each and everything that we're gonna discuss this afternoon. Yeah, briefly, I know that all of you have got an idea on the cerebrovascular accident and what is all about. Yeah, I'm very sure that we've got an idea of what we're gonna study or what we're gonna look at this afternoon. Yeah, briefly, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name, I'm Tanga Neto. Yes, this is just still also a student from Choma College of Nursing and Midwifery. Yeah, so I just want to help somebody. I know that us being the student nurses, we find some challenges in terms of understanding some certain topics. So I feel myself that maybe I can help one of my friend who is behind. Yeah, so we're gonna go through some of these. We'll go through CVA, which is cardiovascular accident. Yeah, so cardiovascular accident or the cerebral vascular accident, which is also known as a stroke. Yeah, so this one, it's a condition which accounts about 10 to 15% of all deaths in industrialized countries, and then about 88% of deaths occur in those over 65 years of age. So stroke, we are saying that is a very costly condition which occurs for about 5% of expenditure most of the healthy facility. So it's the most commonest cause of several long-term disability. So about 50% of long-term nursing home residents have had stroke, so it requires prompt medical and nursing management to prevent some certain complication that can come about as a result of stroke. Yeah, so of the part of the brain which may result from a disruption of the blood supply to a part of the brain. Yeah, so if we say that, let's say there is an interruption, you know that we have these vessels that supply blood to our brain. Mostly we are talking about the cycle of Willis or the circulatory arteriosus. So now we are saying that when there is any sudden loss of function to the part of brain which may come about as a result of a lack of blood supply to that part of brain, so you find that that part of brain which is not receiving enough blood, it will die. So other definition for stroke, we are saying that stroke is the death of a brain tissue or cerebral infarction resulting from the lack of blood flow or insufficient oxygen to the brain. So when there is no enough oxygen which is reaching the brain, so you find that that part of the which is not receiving enough oxygen, we know that oxygen it's found in the blood, and we know that in blood we have got oxygen, we have got some of the nutrients that the brain may require. So if you find that there is any interruption among the flow of blood to the brain, so this may result to cerebral infarction or the ischemia, whereby that part which is not receiving blood, it will die. So other definition of stroke, we are saying that it's a sudden loss of brain function resulting from a disruption of the blood supply to a part of brain. So that's also another definition of stroke. Yeah, so we proceed. Yeah, we've got another definition. If you are not clear with this definition that I've talked about, we have got also another definition, which is cerebral or more of the blood vessels which supplies the brain, and this may result in a temporal or permanent neurological dysfunction which may last longer than 24 hours. So these are just the same thing that we are talking about. Yeah, so now let's look at the causes of stroke, or the things that can cause the interruption in the normal flow of blood to the brain. So what are those things which can interrupt the circulation of blood to the brain? So one, the causes of stroke, they are classified into three causes. We have the cerebral thrombosis, we have embolism, we have cerebral hemorrhage. Yeah, so these are the three main causes of stroke or the cerebral vascular accident. So we have cerebral thrombosis. I hope we all understand what is thrombosis. So if we say thrombosis, this is just the process of a clot or the clot formation, where there is some kind of a clot which is formed, and that clot it can obstruct one or more vessels which supply your brain. So this can bring about stroke or cerebral vascular accident. So the other thing that we have is embolism. So embolism, we know that this is just a moving clot or air. So we say air, that is an embolism. Emboli, from the word emboli. So this one can also cause CVA. So we'll go further and we'll explain how these causes can lead to CVA or the cerebral vascular accident. So the third one is the cerebral hemorrhage. Yeah, so now as I said earlier on, to say that thrombosis, it can be a clot, or that's a thrombosis, it's a formation of a clot. So for example, where in one or more vessels there is a formation of the clot, that clot can obstruct the normal circulation of blood to your brain, which can bring about stroke. So this one, it is the most common cause of CVA, and it accounts about 61% of all causes of stroke. So you find that cerebral thrombosis is known to be the most common cause of stroke, and we said that it accounts about 61% of all causes. Among other things that can cause stroke, cerebral thrombosis is the most common one. So it is common in middle-aged and elderly people. Why? This is because when you reach the years above 60 years, you find that your vessels, they become weak. As a result, these vessels, they can rupture. I hope you understand the meaning of the word rupture. So hence this can lead to stroke. Yeah, so cerebral thrombosis, this is the result of arteriosclerosis, where the cerebral arteries become thickened and lengthened, and the blood flow may be obstructed. So this clot blocks the arteries and it deprives the part of the brain of blood supply, which may lead to stroke. So what we are trying to say here is that when your arteries, they become hardened, so that's the meaning of word arteriosclerosis. We are talking about the arteries being hardened. So you know that when the arteries, they become hardened, this can bring about the normal interfere, or there will be an interruption in the normal circulation of blood to the part of your brain. Hence this can lead to stroke. So this clot that can be formed in those vessels as a result of the thinned or the thickened blood vessels, or which is hardened. So that clot can block the arteries, and hence the brain will be deprived of oxygen, the blood, and also the nutrients, which can lead to ischemia, stroke. So it usually develops rapidly and without warning. So these embolisms, they just occur rapidly without warning you that you are about to suffer from stroke. Yeah, so diseases such as mitral stenosis with arterial fibrillation, as I said earlier on, they can lead to stroke. Yeah, so now let's look at the last one, which is the cerebral, and it accounts about 15% of all causes of stroke. So this is when there is a rupture of blood vessels causing hemorrhage in the brain. So when the blood vessels that supply your blood to the brain, they rupture. For example, as a result of maybe you have got